It's Terminator season on the Films and Swearing Movie Podcast. You are listening to episode 84, Terminator Genisys.
There we go. Hello and welcome to episode 84 of the Films and Swearing Movie Podcast. I am your host Stu. Joining me today is Big Mike. And
you came up with someone new this time.
Nah, you could be the limousine riding, jet flying, wheeling, dealing, heart stealing.
When was over here in a fucking limo, eh?
Me?
Ah.
But I was in New York when I was 13 years old.
13 with Mr. Davison, fucking religious education.
Okay, wait.
I thought he touched you as well.
Oh!
That was my next question. Like, Mr. Davis, why is no one else in the limo? Well, Andrew, this is a rag and this is chloroform.
Oh, you just did it.
Dinner's getting served at 6.
This
Each and every week we watch one film and build up, break it down, look at the facts and look at the figures. But first, we've decided what's new this week is Terminator OG, gender swap.
Oh no.
So
a wee bit more better spin on it than that.
that is it in bullet points essentially. Last night sent text to the boys to decide if we had to remake the original Terminator with a gender swap cast, who would you choose?
Right.
So Andy,
No, I didn't say me, you first.
I was going alphabetical order.
Eh?
A is for Andy.
Reverse alphabetical order.
Okay, right. Do you want my serious take or my funny take? Which?
Well, I've only got serious.
Right, well, I'll go serious then. I was going for... Right, we only chose the main characters. Kyle Reese, Sarah Connor and the Terminator. Sarah Connor was a 80s Sylvester Stallone. Like, he's got that that Rambo hair.
He's ripped to the fuck.
He's still a wee bit vulnerable mentally. Yeah, got no hands. Like, he could have a wee breakdown if folks start talking about the future and robots. So, from the future, sent to kill him is Charlize Theron.
Right,
because she's
that's
kind
that's kind of cheating though, because she's already like been a cyborg.
What? Prometheus?
No, she was human.
No, the one I was thinking was Aeon Flux.
Alright, nifty saw that.
I did, unfortunately.
And playing Kyle Reese is Rooney Mara.
Right.
Like chick for girl with a dragon tattoo.
Yeah. Right, Mike. What's yours?
My Terminator pick was Ronda Rousey.
Yeah.
I fucking knew you fucking were going to pick that as well. Fucking knew it.
Could you imagine her saying, "Your clothes, give them to me"?
They're a bit big, but they'll fit you.
Wait, or would it not be the other way? So, no, I'm going to give my plates. I'm just going to stand here and watch as you break my ribs individually.
Sarah Connor was probably Dean Ambrose.
Are you having like a wrestler remake?
It's funny.
WWE presents
Nah, that was
Terminator.
Seriously, I had fucking... I should have wrote it down.
So hard as 3 fucking people.
Zach Galifianakis.
I guess he is pretty vulnerable. Like if he knew.
I do want to. I can't wait to see Terminator 2.
what his child
He's
was
a
like.
tank.
Fucking being licked by fucking male nurses.
Sarah Connor was Tom Hardy for me, yeah.
Right, I could see that.
Kyle Reese I struggled with. And my funny take was obviously fucking... Oh, fuck my Kyle Reese, who was it?
Right, so you've got Ronda Rousey as the Terminator, Dean Ambrose as Sarah Connor.
He's saying he's funny and he's
okay.
Serious.
This will be so much better editing.
I should have wrote it down as I had it and I was away. But my serious Kyle Reese was...
See the movie.
What are they known for?
Who was she in? Or who was in her? There!
For goodness away! Come back to me! End of the show!
Alright, Andy.
Right, Terminator.
Yes.
Obviously Ronda Rousey because she's a machine.
Right, okay. I am surprised nobody went China.
Who the fuck wants to see China naked?
Well, like Arnold Schwarzenegger in Terminator 3, remember? That was one of his original choices as the female Terminator to fight.
That was back when she was
Like-
the fucking porn star.
Nah, sure that isn't.
Nah, well, this was...
Didn't you listen to your Terminator 3 podcast?
Nah, I didn't.
Oh,
You lose
was
it.
that not 2003? That was a bit... So she might have still been sober. Right, okay, so Ronda Rousey is your Terminator. Your Sarah Connor.
Sarah Connor was Jake Gyllenhaal
Right.
because he's a bit of a funny, and then if you get he's method, so
He could
you
become
get
a
absolute
machine in the
fucking
future.
machine ripped, like Southpaw.
Southpaw.
He's fucking ripped.
Kyle Reese.
And Kyle Reese would go be Zoe Saldana.
Black bitch.
Yeah. Oh!
Diversity for you there, like.
Oh wait, I try to be diverse here.
What was that fucking film she done where she was like the one...
Colombiana.
That's it, where she
You
was
know, like walk
basically...
out halfway through the cinema in that film.
That's because there's another... we were going to go see Kevin Smith present Red State. We just got there a few hours early. Alright, my funny take was... as a Terminator, sent from the future, Rebel Wilson. As Sarah Connor, Michael Cera, and Kyle Reese, Melissa McCarthy.
Oh no, he's dead.
That is just like Ghostbusters.
You can just see her nicking a pair of fucking Nike Vandals.
Obviously don't get a size that fits.
But
or she can get a leg up.
just think of that fucking motel love scene between Michael Cera and Melissa McCarthy. Her fucking bear paw going over his little spindly fingers.
That's just basically his life. So whatever he shows any man.
Right, okay. Mike, did you find out who your funny Kyle was?
Nah, I didn't have funny Kyle. I had my serious Kyle. Was it Rachel McAdams or something?
Right.
Is that her name? Her she was in Southpaw.
I think, and she was in that.
Rachel McAdams.
I reckon her name.
She's in fucking 100 movies that I can't remember right
I know.
now. About
She's
time.
in fucking...
She was in the second season of True Detective.
Aye.
Okay. So that was her being paired with Dean Ambrose and
Right.
Ronda
I
Rousey.
just had an idea.
You've had an idea.
Yeah, Facebook. I want to see if two people that are fans of us. They fucking decide who's got the best fucking...
Who's got the
fantasy.
best cast? Okay, so
Who's got
mine
the-
was...
Meow! Fucking King Cats here
Can I
then.
fucking help you?
Okay, so who had the best cast? There is my pick of Rooney Mara, Charlize Theron, and fucking Rambo, Sylvester Stallone. Like, maybe purely just because I had the same haircut as Sarah Connor back in the 80s. Your casting of...
Ronda Rousey,
Yep,
Zoe Saldana,
yep,
and if that's her real name,
and Jake Gyllenhaal.
Jake Gyllenhaal.
Big Mike's choice was Ronda Rousey, Rachel McAdams, and Dean Ambrose.
Aye.
Like, okay, I guess he now qualifies as an actor as he's done a straight to DVD WWE movie.
Right.
Fucking 12 rounds 3 lockdown. So you can vote that on Facebook or send it in on Twitter
Aye.
at FAS Podcast or facebook.com/films and swearing. Tell us which is your Terminator Dreamcast.
Yeah.
Which of ours you like.
Still coughing, mate. Dick.
I was going to do the spoiler warning, but I've not got my phone on me.
Oh, you've got a fucking iPhone 16.
I know. It's in my coat.
I don't care about
What's
going
the
to music
spoiler
on,
one
man.
then, like?
Spoiler warning is if you've not seen Terminator Genisys, pause the podcast now, go watch it and come back before we tell you like any major spoilers like John Connor's actually a Terminator.
The fucking that bit in the like trailer ruined it for me. Like,
Why did you just say that?
Why did I just say that? It's like I never properly watched them. I kept falling asleep at that bit.
I was wondering why you was there. Thinking, why? I'll just fucking shuffle my music and see what comes on.
I should have said maybe Terminator related spoiler warning music.
That'd be good. I've never even heard this song before.
We are listening to Metallica, Hell and Back. Turn it off. Quickly.
Right.
Because they sued the shit out of Napster for using their music without paying for it.
Oh shit!
I can hear the fucking drummer coming up the stairs.
Oh, we're not making money off it though. It's alright as long
Maybe he's like...
And plus I own the album so they can get to fuck.
Fuck you and your Napster battle. Okay, Terminator Genisys is directed by Alan Taylor.
Who's that?
The director of Thor, The Dark World, and Season 1 of Game of Thrones.
The whole season?
Mostly.
Oh.
Back in
I
2012.
suppose that's why you picked Emilia Clarke.
The film stars Arnold Schwarzenegger as Guardian.
He's not even classed as the Terminator anymore.
He is classed as a Guardian this
Oh,
year.
for fuck.
Jason Clarke as John Connor.
Why could they not even just called him T800 / T1000?
/ Pops.
Ah.
Jason Clarke as John Connor. Amelia Clarke, not related, as Sarah Connor.
I genuinely thought they were related. I had to look up this
Oh.
one. I thought they were like married or something, but they're not even that.
Fucking opposite sides of the world. Jai Courtney as Kyle Reese.
Hate that guy.
J.K. Simmons as O'Brien. Dio Okoye as Danny Dyson.
I've seen it like you were saying a fucking Japanese.
Inya.
Oh, you racist.
Matt Smith as Alex / Skynet. Courtney B. Vance as Miles Dyson. And Lee Byung-hun as Cop / T1000.
Yeah.
Korean knockoff.
Yeah.
Andrew, tell me the plot of Terminator Genisys in a nutshell.
Nutshell. Same as the first day at the start, then shit happens differently. And then
It gets really hard to follow.
It's very hard to describe in a nutshell.
Okay, according to IMDb, when John Connor, the leader of the human resistance, sends Sergeant Kyle Reese back to 1984 to protect Sarah Connor and safeguard the future, an unexpected turn of events creates a fracture in the timeline.
Mm-hmm.
So is that,
Just
is
as
that
vague.
kind of like Back to the Future sort of thing.
I would say more butterfly effect than Back to the Future.
Okay, so the film starts... originally we find
Shows
out...
you a pretty fucking decent like explosion in the world when Skynet goes off.
Oh,
Aye, like...
I thought it was better than what we did in the second one.
The fact that
that's just no harm.
it says straight away that Skynet's launched in 1997.
Mm-hmm.
Forget about Terminator 3.
No, but they go back to Terminator 3 and 4.
Aye, but like to begin with, there's like, no, I never have that. Back in the 90s that happened. Forget about the rise of machines. That female one. Obviously, like the first real guy we see on screen is Jason Clarke. Like, he's doing like the fucking speech in the beginning, talking about, right, who's man enough to get put through this fucking microwave to transfer back in time?
Every cunt.
Take your clothes off. Like, what?
Let's pick the guy with the best arms.
But there's just something about Jason Clarke's face. Like, okay, John Connor, like, in the future is known for that fucking huge fucking scar.
Was that actually a plot point? Or was that just something that they picked up on some...
It was in the second one at the start.
There was
They
like
went
a
through the
scar
work where
face,
there was a
John
scar
Connor.
there, but obviously there was never a plot point because even in Salvation...
Like, they had to kind of point that out.
They added that on at the end. Where Terminator like scratched his face.
Aye.
So
And just fucking Christian Bale screaming. As he
who was he screaming at though?
It wasn't the fucking light guy.
The cameraman.
Aye.
You're too close.
But the whole thing about Jason Clarke's makeup, it just at times makes him look like maybe like a human Chucky doll. And or at the right angle, a vagina on the side of his face. Because it is quite a... quite a...
gaping hole.
Aye. Like, did a Terminator fuck... Like, was that a finger that made that dent in your cheek?
Or a cock.
Any of you familiar with Jason Clarke? Outside of Genisys?
Fucking something.
I've seen him in
Zero
Zero Dark Thirty.
Zero Dark Thirty.
Fucking the second fucking monkey movie.
Dawn of the Planet of the Apes.
Aye.
He's also in the new Everest movie.
Oh, fuck that film.
And he was also somebody in The Great Gatsby, like DiCaprio's remake.
I really wanted to watch it, but I reckon I thought it'd be disappointing if I did, so I just
Probably would. Aye. But that's the thing you mentioned about how the first half of this movie is basically the first half of the original Terminator. Like, I kind of really like that about this film, just how fucking close it is, like, to like the same guy picking up the trash as like a black guy smoking a cigar.
It would have been good if they got all 3 punks for the first film.
Aye,
because
but
it was Bill Paxton.
Exactly. Some other
Brian Thompson. He was a bad guy in Cobra.
Right.
Oh. You recall he's got his fucking Rain Man in movies on again.
I reckon the third guy he was just an extra.
He was the one that just got punched through the chest for real.
No, that was Brian Thompson.
Arnold ended his career right there. But aye, just like that happens. Seeing like we got to have like that peek behind the curtain for the first time in the series, like seeing someone actually going into the time machine.
Yeah.
Like we've always just seen them, the fucking orbs
Here,
punting them into the future, but getting a wee peek behind the curtain, seeing the fucking process, and it's those fucking wheels you see at like Cirque du Soleil and fucking big tent circus. Just a few of those and a little computer chip, and then we get to see Jai Courtney's Kyle Reese being sent into the future.
Where are we?
Like when Kyle
Went
Reese
back, forward back.
This is now Kyle Reese being sent to the beginning of Terminator 1.
He's been sent back to the past.
He lands there. We get the same homeless guy, like going, "Son of a bitch stole my pants," and like I would have just loved if like just for themselves if that homeless man was like Michael Biehn from the first film, like the real Kyle Reese, like just lying there with beards. So, I was in the Terminator franchise, you know. And
no, it would be fucking John Connor.
Then just
for real.
They're sitting fighting over a pair of pants. A naked Jai Courtney, a big lump of muscle comes to the future, beats the shell, both of them, and steals the pants. Any familiar with Jai Courtney outside of this?
Just Insurgent?
He's in this Divergent Insurgent series of films.
He was in Die Hard.
He was Jack McClane from A Good Day to Die Hard.
This is completely off the fucking topic that we're on, right? But
like the whole point of the episode, you mean?
But I'm sorry, but I can't remember McClane's son being called Jack.
The only time
when you watch the first one, when it goes like through the fucking like credits, it says John Jr.
John Jr. Well,
did maybe change his name because he didn't like his dad?
See, I could think that, but we'd have to end up watching the movie again to find that out. No.
He was in that fucking Jack Reacher as well.
He was the sniper in Jack Reacher. And next year we could see him as Captain Boomerang in Suicide Squad. So that happens, then it cuts to like the 3 punks pissing about and the OG Terminator,
the awesome Terminator,
better than the Salvation one. The Salvation one was fucking awful.
Walking in, then all of a sudden like, you just hear like, "I've been waiting for you."
No, it wasn't
just sitting there.
You don't need no clothes.
Sitting there with binoculars ready to pure fat one off.
It's just the fact that when they start fighting, like it's Arnie v Arnie. It's like fucking 2 silverback gorillas just fucking clubbing fists at each other, like breaking railings and lampposts. And then the fucking sexiest woman alive for 2015 kills them with a sniper rifle.
Yes.
Emilia Clarke, as voted in Esquire magazine.
Esquire?
Yes.
I thought it's FHM that does the sexiest woman in the world.
Usually they do.
After we Google, it was Esquire for this year. So she's really only known for Game of Thrones.
What else was she in? Like?
Don Hemingway.
What?
That Jude Law. It's like he done a movie like Filth.
I think I watched it. I can't remember.
It came out last year, I think. They're just basically him acting like James McAvoy in Filth, but it's in England. So she's got credit in that. Then, like, way before this, that, and the next thing, like Game of Thrones, she was in a film called Spike Island. That no one seems to give a fuck about.
So she's not really done much.
Alright, Game of Thrones. Let's just leave it at that.
Leave it at Game of Thrones.
Then all that happens. They change the timeline by shooting the other fucking Terminator in the. Was it the heart or the head?
The heart.
Aye.
The heart.
So that seemed a lot easier than it did in all the other films. Like just a high-powered sniper rifle.
Yeah, that didn't think was invented back in fucking early 80s. Didn't think they had Barrett 50 cows back in the 80s.
Who knows? I haven't been on gunsandammo.com recently to find out. We get to see quickly jump to say what would be the second Terminator movie with the introduction of Lee Byung-hun as the Korean liquid Terminator. That's like...
Which I didn't understand that.
Because this is
So
like
do they
when
have,
Kyle
like-
Reese...
Do they have like a Korean fucking like skeletal Terminator?
Well, that's it.
Like
Like,
Korean person did he touch to get his fucking his looks from?
aye, like he could have just been like just a walking, like basically the Silver Surfer until he could find a host to touch and
Yeah.
absorb.
Right. So there was actually
So-
a Korean policeman.
Nah, that
in
might
the
it might have been
80s, back when fucking racism was rife.
maybe they were in like a little like fucking Koreatown, and
But
just
they policed their own.
they had their own police force for that street. So obviously Lee Byung-hun's known for many a film.
G.I.
Recently,
Joe!
Red 2. He was Asian bad guy in that one. A couple Korean films, obviously.
So,
What about, like, it cuts back to like the fucking fan service of seeing Kyle Reese running about that fucking clay store, grabbing a pair of Night Vandals, matching it to his feet.
I bet. It was just a wee bit. It was like, oh, aye, they'll fit. It's
Aye.
like he hardly got his leg up to them.
That's the same one to the first film, that'll do. Then he gets in a wee photo booth and you just get that shot with the foot coming down.
But this Terminator's no dumb.
Aye.
I can you there. I can fucking
Exactly.
scan body heat.
It's the whole fact that, like, when the T-1000, like, just fucking ups the game and goes, like, dual blade arms, that just keeps making me think of that fucking peg leg dude for, like, Family Guy, that's just all legs. Like, just seen him walking about, like, aye, with two fucking wee arms like this, and you look a wee bit silly, son. Then fucking Sarah Connor just interrupts driving in with a fucking truck, belts it, come with me if you want to live. Then we found out like fucking Sarah Connor already knows the plot of the film. So, no, you've been sent back. We've seen the films.
Yeah.
And like we get that shot because obviously Liquid Terminator goes after them, loses them, but it's like a little bit gets left in the van. And you get that cool shot of like once he's acquired his police car, he's driving after them, and it's just got a little bit metal on the ground. He leans at the counter, just like drags his fingers across and just sucks it up. I didn't lie, but I just thought that was pretty cool. Guardian knocking out Kyle with the sniper rifle. LOL. Like, cause that, so he's just
Just
been
say Arnie. Stop calling him Guardian.
But it's the Guardian.
He's not a Guardian.
He is in this
Papa,
film.
or he's Arnie.
Well, it's just the fact that, like, Kyle Reese is like, no, he's a killing machine. He's going to turn on us any minute. He's like, punk.
That's what Heather was like. I fucking hate him.
He's been a bit of a whiny bitch.
He's been a bit of a bitch. He's raised his whole life to hate and fear Terminators. And
now,
he sees one, he's going to automatically assume that it's going to fucking murder his ass.
Aye. And shows up and there's one protecting
Aye, the person he's
supposed to be protecting. Like, no.
I'm going to get bodied you.
No. Cracked him in the puss with a gun and he's out. See, Arnie is still working on that smile. He's trying to blend in. Still,
What one though? Like
that this big
the
fucking
one in-
gorilla smile going.
the one in the van and the one further on in the film.
Very bad.
I still see the one for T2 is a bit creepy.
Oh, aye, like
Total teeth and shit.
that's it. Like the only time he actually naturally smiles is like when he's been handed the chain gun.
Yeah.
Where it's like what I said on the episode. It's like somebody asked him if they want to go pump iron. You just get that fucking big natural cheesy grin. I was like, oh, I can know how to pump iron.
I'm pretty sure like when he's like holding that fucking like minigun, I suppose somebody like in the background like like waving a can of like fucking protein. I was like, come on, let's go, let's go.
You can see it off camera that it's got like the boomstick, but it's just like Steroids in a can. Baby oil and steroids. Let's see, T-1000 catches up, gets blown up, purely just so we could see that liquid metal puddle shot of it just coming out the car.
The best bit about that just scene was when he stuck the head in the fucking
and just glowed.
windscreen and he came out, but then it morphed into his legs and he came forward and he jumped at them.
He does like the lava lamp thing into the car. Did he use the line "get out"? Guy mind that?
Didn't get that.
But that seems to be one of their staple lines. Get out.
Couldn't Schwarzenegger use it later on in the film?
The liquid Terminator. I'm getting too far. You know when they get to the factory, and Big Arnie's like they're in like the sewers or something, and it's like some sort of underpass. And it's like we've got 30 seconds. And then it's like or less. Like he's a bit of an old model. He's not quite the same as he used to be. Fucking
old but not obsolete.
Aye. Liquid Terminator starts throwing fucking javelins.
That was awesome. Just chopped about his finger. Put it up there and then took it a javelin.
Does a wee fucking finger drip, regenerates the original like T-101.
I didn't understand that.
Like the only reason that was done is just so they can maybe use that a little bit later on at the end of the film. Like let's just make that bit that's a bit bullshit at the end. Let's just give a wee bit of foreshadowing. Like fuck it, liquid Terminator drop. Right, that will revitalise any broken Terminator.
You just don't understand the ending.
We'll get to it. Let's see. We get the double Coyotes.
Huh?
Aye.
Toe shot. Mine when it's Sarah Connor and there's two Coyotes. One's like, Sarah, run!
Aye.
And the other one's like, hey, help me!
I've got to see your legs here, help me!
And it's just when like the fucking shoots him in the foot, and it just seems like somebody's firing a gun into a fucking like puddle of mud. And the look on his face, is like, you bet.
Yeah, I'm very sure glad that he was the fucking T-1000 because I'm pretty sure that bloke would have blew off his tail. Because it was a fucking assault rifle.
Like if you think he was a whiny bitch before, blow off his toes.
Fuck's trying to shock him with his knees. He won't be pleased whatsoever.
I did like the trick that they did to beat the T-1000, like the fucking acid shower.
Like,
that was a pretty cool, like how many ways can you beat a T-1000?
Yeah, not
like,
very many.
Exactly, but just for fucking Arnie grabbing him by the neck and just holding him under the fucking shower and watch him dissolve.
Yeah.
Let's see. Kyle Reese starts remembering a past he never lived because it's the future.
Yeah.
And Genisys is Skynet.
Mm-hmm.
And basically Genisys is Apple. Like, it's an operating system that's been launched and everyone's fucking into it. Yes. Stephen Jobs is Miles Davis and
what I go for
Dyson.
is when he went back in time, he went to the back in time, the third and fourth storyline.
Where Judgment Day had been prevented. And he's growing up on the farm.
It didn't happen until later on.
2017 is like when this all went to shit. But was it like 2003 or 4 or something it kicked off? Aye, so like Sarah Connor's refusing to believe all his shit, but he does a little metaphor and takes her hand and does a straight line. That thing that fucking blows her mind. Like she's like, no, you must be from the future. Like of all the things to believe.
Do you know why?
Why?
Because that was something her dad said. That was the last thing her dad said to her.
Right.
Before a liquid Terminator killed him. Back in the past when Pop first appeared.
Right.
That was something that he done on her, and it was the only person that could have kent about it was her dad.
Aye.
And he was dead. And she told the wee boy that.
She reiterates the story to fucking baby Kyle later on.
Yeah.
Let's see, Reese telling stories of John burning off his eyebrows, making moonshine. Like this is when they were getting changed in this locker room. Like, how is there a locker room in this underpass? Like,
I don't know.
Okay, or how is there a fucking time machine
places
underground? But like, it was just the fact that they made a joke about John Connor losing his eyebrows. Like, part of me just wants to like make that as a reference to Arnie losing his eyebrows in the first Terminator. Then we get this like that moment of Emilia Clarke's side boob silhouette, like dirty buggers. Like, is this just a
Wait,
thing?
no, it's for men, ain't it?
I know, like, okay, right. Salvation, we had the women stripping in the rain, and then with this one, it's just that silhouette shot, big boobs, and it made me think of. It's like a Leslie Nielsen film.
Aye.
Where a fucking big.
What was it called?
Naked Gun.
Naked Gun 3.
Naked Gun with fucking Anna.
Nicole Smith.
Nicole Smith.
Aye.
And then the fucking like bend down.
Aye, a big fucking
camera pans out.
A fucking smoked sausage.
Trombone.
Aye, like a smoked sausage where you bend and it comes out. Like that was almost a fucking hair away for that shot. Let's see. Fucking Pop shows up. Like, have you mated yet? It's like, that's the only reason he's here and I've not killed him yet.
Sound like he's Danny Glover in the 80s.
Arnie doesn't do hugs when they're getting ready to get sent to the future.
This is a fucking obsolete fucking thing to do, mate.
Probably scary in case they heard of them.
Aye. Because that's what he's saying, is like, what's the point of holding on to somebody just so you have to let them go?
Yeah.
It's like, oh, Arnie, stop getting so deep.
Sentimental bastard.
Let's see, they get fast forwarded to 2017 San Francisco.
In the middle of a fucking overpass.
Start fucking cutting holes in people carriers, and like, that was always one of the effects I love about this. Like, just how the fucking orb just fucking rips holes in whatever is around it.
Oh, that doesn't need to rip a hole in the ground.
No, it's like, just
it's the fact
another pothole.
Like, it's probably Arnie that fucking can be like sent them like to the future and that. His like coordination skill must have been shit because everybody that got like sent back or whatever like landed like in an alleyway in the middle of anywhere, right in the middle of a fucking like dual carriageway.
Aye.
And it wasn't just that, it was a bridge version. Imagine if that bridge was there, they would not survive the fall.
And that's it, like, Arnie was obviously getting there, but like, they're on the bridge, I was wanting to be underneath it.
Forgot about this bridge, I didn't think this was going to be here.
Aye.
Fuck.
It's like, oh well.
Cut to, like, them getting lifted as, I guess, like, a pair of fucking exhibitionists having sex in the fucking...
Naked terrorists.
Aye.
Incompetent terrorists.
Aye. Cut to, like, it was like, they're at the police station, and then, like, the cops start saying, like, J.K. Simmons shows up and says, oh no, here comes Optimus Prime.
I hate the way you say that. It's like you're calling him a J.K. He's a J.K. Simmons.
Aye.
That's a drug boy did that.
I don't know what his full name is, like. John Kennedy Simmons.
Probably.
So like, that kind of blew my mind when watching it for the second time. It clicked that he was the cop from the 80s in the clothes store that Kyle Reese let live. I'd never picked that up watching it the first time.
You tell me that.
Like, they obviously never paid attention at that moment, but it's just the fact that catching that the second time, it makes so much more sense, and I think it's a fucking smart move that they actually had that guy for the 80s come for. He spent all his time
life trying to find out
these Terminators, because back in the 80s he's like, fuck off, get your handcuffs on. Then they just see this liquid metal Korean throwing javelins at him, and he's like,
it was the fear of the liquid or the metal, it was the Korean. Shit, there's a Korean. Run.
He's like, take my handcuffs off. He's like, no, you're under arrest. He's Korean. He's like, yeah, I know. Remember the war? Aye, let's kill him.
When was the Korean War?
Fuck
no. The 50s.
I'm not smart enough to know this.
Sure it was.
So like, the fact that this is his fucking character's past is fucking brilliant. Like, if they could only have paired him together with that fucking Dr. Silverman, like, that would have been, like, they would have been fucking thick as thieves. And like, I'm chasing these robots for the future.
I thought they would have had fucking
like a cameo or something from the guy. Like,
he had a cameo in the third one, mind, when
he shows up at
the cemetery and that.
Aye, and shit's a brick and Arnie shows up with a fucking coffin full of like, fucking machine guns.
Yeah, or a coffin. It's a coffin full of John Connor.
Sarah. He was in it. Let's see, the police interrogating Sarah Connor and Kyle Reese at the hospital. According to their records, she doesn't exist. And according to their records, he's a 12-year-old that got thrown out of a movie theatre last month. And now he's like about a fucking 6-foot Australian muscle.
He's Australian? I thought he was English.
No, this boy's Australian.
No.
Jai Courtney?
No, fucking Matt. Jason Clark's Australian.
Yeah, but so is Jai Courtney.
Is it?
Yes, he was in Spartacus and Home and Away. That's how you become Australian.
Any cunt can be in Home and Away, then it can be Australian.
Every fucking Australian, that's the rites of passage.
Yeah, that's racist.
Is Home and Away. Like,
Right,
Racist
I'll let
is
ya.
Home and Away.
Right, I'll let ya.
Home and Away only has Australians in it. That's just not right. At least EastEnders is fucking Indians.
he's the neighbours.
Sorry,
Get out.
It's fucking Alf. Alfie's fucking burger phone.
Let's see. Aye, they realise Genisys is an operating system. John Connor shows up,
Right.
and
What
everyone's
you
like,
did here?
aye.
How did you get here?
if I'd never ever seen the trailers, then the next few minutes would have been amazing. I think.
Aye,
In fact,
the realisation.
But the trailer showed
Trailers
it, and it just
tell you.
fucking ruined it.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, it would have been an amazing twist.
Aye. But see, I look at it as that maybe they tried to use it as the hook. Like Fox going, a fifth Terminator film? Ah, fuck off.
Fuck off, I'd wanted a better Terminator.
And then it was like, wait, John Connor's the fucking Terminator? And then like, that might have been their thought. Then
point.
they
Now
paid.
they're going to make another one.
Nah, budget. If I was on the news, it was the weekend we done the second.
I recorded the
podcast.
second podcast.
The week during that, they were saying that the one they
Going to
they were
pursue
doing
it.
because of like budget, like restraints and stuff.
Like the amount of
Because
fucking.
it's fucking $200 million to pay Arnold Schwarzenegger to do it again.
Let's see, John Connor's helping Miles Dyson carry out his dad's dream at Cyberdyne. No, is it David Dyson? What's the lorry called?
David, I think.
Aye. John Connor, like, the whole fact that like John Connor's like, right, I'm going to break you guys out of here. He's like, come in here, officers. Manages to fucking whip out both their tasers. Taser both of them, like, in a fucking John Woo movie with dual pistols. Just, what, the worst cops ever, eh?
Right.
Like, how did they leave their fucking tasers unholstered at the back and just grabbed them, tagged them, and fucking zip
Why
locked
do they
them?
have tasers? It's like...
It's the future. There's probably too,
2018.
like, look at America now. There's so much cops and black guys getting killed that they'll probably get to the point
Exactly.
where they get their guns to naff them and they can only tase people now.
No, because then they'll just be tasers versus black guys with guns.
Right.
Not just a policeman will be getting shot.
Let's see. Whilst all this is going on, Arnie shows up carrying fucking Ted. And
Oh, that was better than a box of roses, eh?
he's like, I guess, like, where else am I going to hide a shotgun? Up this Teddy's arse. It's just the fact he walks around, gets to the head security office,
And like literally fucking flips the
Aye.
chair with the
Right,
guy.
he kicks the guy in the ears. Fucking
and
ramps his nut up.
he fucking
the
face plants the desk. And that's it, fucking security's out.
table.
Uh,
There they are.
and like before the police show up, he decides to destroy every single monitor in the room. Let's see. John Connor reveals Kyle Reese is the dad, blowing Kyle's mind in the fucking parking lot. Arnie shows up, shotguns Ted, takes out John Connor. Kyle Reese becomes an emotional lassie, going, "He's a killer! He's killed my dad!"
Alright.
Like he just got absolutely fucking ape shit. He's like,
Killed
I
Daddy.
just met my dad. He just killed my dad.
Eh?
Like he just got.
Oh, he just killed my son.
Aye, that's it. Like, he's the dad. Aye, and like I don't know. It's so incestual. Like
So
I think they've all
I
fucked.
was raised by my son.
And then we get the reveal that John Connor is basically like a microbot Terminator.
Yeah.
He's all the like he's the big Hero 6 of Terminators.
Baymax.
He's the big inflatable.
Baymax,
He's
like the fucking wee midget bots.
Aye, but if that would have been so much better if they blew the flesh on, he's a big inflatable marshmallow. Like, how do you rate your pain?
Fucking high.
Let's see. Aye, so we find out John Connor travelled originally to 2014 to make sure Skynet was basically getting launched.
Yeah.
Helped the Dysons make what they needed at Cyberdyne. Then, he must have been filling in the backstory. Then it cuts to John Connor versus Pop Guardian. Like when they start scrapping in the fucking hospital car park,
Yeah.
and like they're sitting like fucking slapping fucking each other, and it's that shot of where like he goes to punch them and he grabs them, And you get that fucking awesome hydraulic sound of like the
When it's
strain.
fucking too strong for the fucking Terminator. And it's
Exactly.
pushing against the fucking strength. Yeah.
Aye. I just thought it was like pretty like just the fact that they went to that effort and had the sound effects to make a fucking bigger impact than just the look of tested strength of just him bending his arm back, but
And
him
then you
straining
get
metal.
like the underlying story, like Terminator getting old when he thing with his knee.
Aye, like does it get to the oh, you wouldn't have a rusted skeleton, but he is getting a wee bit worn.
Well, according to the third film, did they not say that they're supposed to last 100 years?
Possibly.
I'm sure that's what they said with the fuel cells. It's like we're only built to last 100 years.
X amount. Then of course we get the normal things you expect on a Terminator fight, walls crumbling, Pepsi Max advertising.
Yeah. Nikes and lots of them.
Yep. Then we get that nice trick where like the MRI scanner fucking like grabs. Aye, like how that fucking grabs John Connor and starts like pulling away strips of him, and you get kind of like that effect where he's leaving parts of him behind, but it's just like it's almost silhouettes. All of them was a pretty cool effect. Let's see. Aye, they uttered the line that John Connor is no longer humanity's last hope. He's Skynet's last hope.
No, that was what he was saying, the same bit that Kyle Reese said in the first film.
Yeah.
But he was saying it as for the perspective of the machines instead of the perspective of humanity.
Aye. Aye.
It was the exact same fucking word for word.
Aye. You could get a biscuit for that.
Give me one then! You got offer without fucking...
Go on, Mike. Get him a biscuit.
Give me a biscuit.
Yeah, a cat biscuit.
Let's see. This is maybe part where this film becomes a bit bullshit for me. Okay, Genisys. It's got 1 million pre-orders, and it's like a fucking cult following. Like there's all these folk outside just waiting just for a glimpse of what's going to happen. Then a fucking a child AI gets fucking projected. And it's like, hi, I can't wait to meet you all tomorrow, and we can make life better with Genisys.
It's like the fucking Red Queen for Resident Evil.
Fucking that is my word. Like Resident Evil child AI, fuck off. Like what is it? Like this, I've seen this before, and it wasn't a good guy back then, and it's not a good guy now. You're the opposite. You're a little fucking blue boy instead of a little red girl, but I don't fucking believe you for a minute. We find that Sarah Connor's got a secret weapons bunker.
Yep.
Fucking Arnie makes the joke that like they even have pants, Kyle. And it's like,
Did you just make a joke?
I thought I legitimately fucking laughed because this just seems to be a thing now that Kyle Reese and pants, I guess, is a thing now. Sarah reveals Kyle's death from Terminator 1. Just saying that, you're not going to make it, son.
Face it.
Right, let's get the meeting on. Let's.
If we fuck, you don't live.
Aye, you better get around to fucking shooting some humanity up, me, and prevent this Judgment Day. Let's find a motel room. Pop, you guard the door.
Did they actually fuck? I can't remember.
Nah, because they were changing it all. I guess.
You don't fuck, John doesn't exist.
I know, it's that's it. It's that's a cock block we need. He's turned evil and he's like, son of a bitch, I was gonna get her. Now he's evil, now she's not going to sleep with me because we're going to make evil. Fuck.
You're a fucking asshole, John.
Aye.
Could have waited until
I'm sorry, Dad.
I'm not your dad.
Just slap him, the microbots go off his face and he'll go back in. He's like, you can't hurt me, come on. Let's see. Of course, John Connor tries to convince Kyle to join the dark side with some Terminator 2 quotes.
Yeah.
A storm's coming. And then fucking Arnie shows up and is like, change this, and fucking punts him with the grenade launcher. Let's see, when they're making a run for it, of course they'll go for the school bus. The fucking Arnie's saying, reminds fucking Connor to put on her seatbelt.
Good job. That's going to be fucking dead.
We get to see the new tricks for Arnie was magnet knuckle dusters.
Yes.
That was a good idea. Get a good shot of another trope in Terminator movies, fucking robots walking out of fire.
Aye.
And then he,
Just them, and you get to see
back at the end.
the fucking the really like their detailed skeleton, like where it's all the microbots have shown like the muscles and the tendons. Then just all his fucking gear comes back on.
Cool.
Was there more bike he stole?
Aye, and he lands on the roof.
Aye, or it lands on the roof of the bus.
That wee quick shot of it flying off the overpass.
Aye, like,
Or fucking mountain.
it's like they've got quite a lot of like source material for someone else. I can't quite put my finger on it. Let's see. It comes. It's like the Golden Gate Bridge has had it tough. Like remember Pacific Rim? What about that Planet of the Apes movie? Like quite a lot of shit happens on that bridge, apart from fucking committing suicide daily.
Well, you seen that fucking documentary, mate?
The Bridge.
The Bridge,
That's quite a sobering documentary.
Is it?
Have you seen it?
Yes.
Aye.
That was pretty funny.
Alright. I just think the fact that you actually witnessed somebody committing suicide at the end of the film was a wee bit like, fuck, I wasn't expecting them to show us that bit, but
Well, happens in his life.
on the fucking Golden Gate it is.
Right.
Let's see. Terminator bus flip goes off the side. John Connor defines gravity as he starts doing that wee moonwalk up the bus. The look on his face when he gets fucking sucker punched with a magnet. He did not like that at all.
You motherfucker.
So all that shit goes on. It kind of does like that thing you see in the Spider-Man film where they all hold onto each other's arms and the bus drops. Then cuts to fucking bad boys. What you gonna do?
Before that though, it's when they're like arresting them and the black postman's like trying to get on it and bends down and there's just no budging at all.
No.
Resisting arrest!
I don't kneel to black boys, black guy.
But that was it, just he was resisting arrest and that's what they're telling him off, and it's like, don't try and take them on. It's like I've counted, I've not got enough ammo.
You don't have 40 rounds for it to be viable.
Bad boys, what you gotta do? They get fucking arrested. We get to see Arnie smiles. Amelia Clark needs a fucking yellow pages to get into the Photoshop. And then it's just Jai Courtney. And we get that interrogation scene. Like, of course fucking O'Brien like decides to fucking obliterate the world by bringing fucking Kyle Reese and his family to the interview room to look at the future Kyle Reese. Like, maybe they shouldn't meet. Like, just for things I've seen in films.
It wasn't him that did them. They were there to see if they recognised that guy because he had fucking Kyle Reese's fingerprints.
Right, I thought it just like the fact they arrested him. They pulled him in and was like, do you know that boy? He's like, he looks like Dad.
Bastard.
I'm pretty sure the mum was. I imagine the mum was like, I wish he was Dad. Look at him, woof.
Fuck you, you woof. Women didn't say woof.
When they see a fucking built Australian,
they don't say woof. They just get moist.
Their vag goes woof. There's a quiet growling going on. Kyle, take your dad to the car. I'll talk to this man.
Yes, he's my daddy.
Let's see. When all the shit goes off, young Kyle, like when they're being evacuated out of the building, because John Connor's already infiltrated the police station as a woman.
Yes.
Terminator notices right away. That shit. Well, Guardian notices right away. Yeah. That shit kicks off. Fire alarms. The fucking Kyle family's running away. Fucking what's her name? Sarah Connor stops them, grabs the wee lorry and does a little hand gesture. Like,
no, she saves them.
She
takes them and leads them out the building.
Exactly. But like, you think, right, we're in a police station. Let's not follow the hot brunette in a tank top. Oh, she looks like a member of the law that knows what's going on. She doesn't look like a female terrorist at all.
Well, you have to go with the person that is not running about scared for their life.
I would probably see what the police are doing, maybe follow what they could tell.
Running about like headless chicken, shite this.
It must be terrorists. But just like how she stops him and starts talking to Kyle. Like, what are the parents think? Like, go and let go of our lorry. We're trying to get away from this station. Stop trying to tell him about the future.
waiting just for like a wee tiny like Lance Henriksen cameo as well, like in the police station.
And just coming out with like a cold coffee or something.
Who?
One of the original detectives in the first Terminator film. Mind those two cops.
The black guy and another guy.
Is he still alive? Like,
he's old, like, but
he wouldn't be if it was started in 1984.
He comes in like, Terminators. Oh, I'm tired of this shit.
Fuck this! I'm gonna deal with this shit again.
Like, if it just cut to a shot of him sitting on the fucking toilet with a newspaper, here's explosions. Go, nah, puts the paper back up.
Another day, boys.
Silverman, you got the lure roll. Aye, pass it. Let's see. The fucking Guardian reads gunsandammo.com because he knows everything about all this new fucking magnet technology, which I feel they made just for this film.
And why was it in the police station?
Just because they didn't want to think too much about that.
That kind of shit's usually in the fucking
like military like,
base.
Maybe that bunker that you were at a couple hours earlier.
Oh, that maybe I would have hit it.
Aye, like, especially when they had fucking missiles. Not like, okay, shotgun shells, like maybe for extreme cases, but not missiles.
But why would they have liquid metal fucking shotgun shells? That just makes no sense.
You know, they might have just seen a like Robocop and thought we might need to prepare ourselves in case that shit happens. Let's see. We get like them trying to ramp up the fucking. Like, okay, they have the big vehicle chases in every film. Let's make it a helicopter chase this time.
Yeah.
Let's take it off the roads into the sky. And then fucking magnet missile goes off. Like that was.
And it dives into the fucking.
Like the whole like I'll be back. Then cut the fucking like start the music, and then just him become the human missile, fucking fly
sense to me.
right into the blades.
So, but they were like vertically above each other, but the one they like stayed still, or flying at speed.
Aye.
Their helicopter would have been had to have been well in front for him to drop out the thing and land it.
Because he was just missing. It just looked like a fucking lamppost hitting. Like,
smack the wall.
But these things aren't supposed to make sense in these
I suppose. Just like the bit at the start where fucking Kyle Reese smacks a Terminator and bends a rebar. It's like he's got the strength to fucking be able to withstand the power in his hand. Because if you hit someone with something hard, it's going to come out your hand.
Aye. That's sorry, it's not Christopher Nolan directing this now.
I know.
That's the guy that did season 1 of Game of Thrones. Let's see. Genisys is trying to talk us to death.
They keep switching them off.
Oh, they keep fucking shooting. It keeps up. It's like, we even saw thousands of cameras here. Actually, before that, when they get to the fucking Cyberdyne, and they're wondering like how Arnie knows the layout of the fucking building. It's like, I worked here on construction until I got laid off. And he seemed genuinely sad for a second. Like,
has he not said that in their phone? They got laid off.
I can't mind, but I just
said something like it should be in his phone.
I'm trying to think of just the fucking Guardian standing in a dole queue. Like, yeah, I got laid off at Cyberdyne.
Going for a job interview.
Aye.
Checking to see
P45.
How do you work in a team? Okay.
And just like, imagine walking in, all the fucking metal detectors going ape shit every time he walks in. And he's like, metal hip. But I just thought it was just a fucking nice wee joke, just to say that he worked construction but he was laid off. Let's see. Fucking John Connor shows up and start fighting in like those catwalk things again. Like they always love sort of having these fights in the similar setups as all these previous films. And
claustrophobic.
Aye, and it's always shots of Arnie fucking ploughing people through columns.
Aye.
Like, some films there's toilet cubicles, and this one's like, fuck it, I'll just ram the boy through this. Let's see. The cool thing about John Connor's like microbot technology, like when Arnie was fucking punching him, and as he was going to hit the deck, like he regenerates and changes his position, so before hitting the ground he's already on his feet and just fucking jumps back in with a fucking punch. Yeah. Like, the way they thought out the way that character works impressed me. Like,
aye, but when he's fucking like shoulder charging him, it's like he charges him like 6 times, but he splits his cell into 6 parts and fucking
then
backs
backs
up to bits.
Or like when he throws him, he charges Iron, he moves, he goes against the railing and then just fucking like refreshes and he's already turned around, there's no turn, he just Like, just the technology of the microbots, like, could constantly shapeshift.
Yeah.
Like, this film isn't bad, I have to say. Like, I kind of quite like this film. Like, on my second watch...
Nowhere near as bad as what the fucking reviews were getting, like.
Aye, we'll get to that, because it got slated, but, like, I think some folk were a little bit harsh on this film. Let's see. Left arm gets chopped off. Nothing new there. Arnie's a relic from a deleted timeline. Alright, son, again, you didn't like...
When you want any fish?
I thought that was on, like, one of the few folks that, no, I really hate Genisys. Peep, peep.
I just seem to like the fish, man. He comes in and he's just fucking hammered and home.
What about, like, do you buy into the emotion, like, the emotional relationship between the Guardian and Sarah Connor?
Yes.
Like, him as the father type that's raised her. That's believable to you? Like, just like when, obviously, they go, the only way they could kill John Connor is basically putting him in the microwave, and how they got to keep them there. The Guardian's going in with him. It's just the fact that he goes, take care of my Sarah. It's like, just the part of me is like the disbelief of the robot having an emotional...
That didn't really, like, fly with me. Like, I didn't really dig that in the bit of the film.
Aye, like, that's maybe the only bitter pill to swallow is, like, he's still just a machine, but I just...
You really have to, like, can paint him as, like, this, like, father figure for a...
Aye, is it maybe because they never showed us enough of him raising her? Like, maybe it would have been a little better if they showed, really like, a wee montage of him
under the wee water bridge, man, didn't they? Like,
aye,
the younger version of the water, like, under the shades.
They fucking love that side haircut of his. Aye, like, him showing up, like, maybe it's like...
But technically, he shouldn't look like that. Because he's a T-800, he should look like the Terminator 2 version of Arnold Schwarzenegger.
My brain hurts if we think about it too hard. I think that's what the producers, like, the folk writing the script, like, oh fuck it, nobody will care. Nobody's going to do an in-depth podcast about it. Wrong.
It's probably the 1000th podcast today.
Let's see, Cyberdyne gets wiped out again, because, what was it, Kyle Reese and Sarah Connor go into that wee bunker. They don't bang in that bunker, do they?
No.
I just had to be sure, I was like, maybe that's the chance they needed. Like, fuck it.
But the door withstands a fucking blast from, like, maybe the past. But it can't take two fucking metal fucking long swords.
Aye, that's the thing there. Whilst all the time machine stuff's kicking in, destroys fucking John Connor, manages to cut.
Arnold Schwarzenegger gets spat out before it fucking
takes off. And it's sort of like his torso's just thrown into the liquid metal puddles that they just have like a chocolate fountain surrounded machine of liquid metal that seems to build up liquid Terminators, but can't figure out how to complete them, so it puts them back down. Like,
because they need the explode.
Right, the chip. It's like, so just like the show's like, look, we could make this, but we can't.
You want to look at a guy? No, you can't.
It's like, we're not like 99%, but that's it. So like, fucking Guardian shows up, like, I got an upgrade. Like I think that's the whole reason why they showed you that liquid Terminator drip regenerating the old robot. Just so that could be more believable at the end. Like, just the liquid Terminators, like, I could buy it for the perspective that John Connor's Terminator is like this physical hacking. That Matt Smith grabbed him, his fucking wee microbots went in the mouth, went in the bloodstream, hacked him, fixed the scar on his face, this and the next thing. Now you're some sort of synthetic, part man, part machine. If that kind of stuff went into that, like the T-800, the Guardian, like, maybe that would have, like, created the rest of his fucking body. But I just thought mixing that and the liquid Terminator together wasn't working. Okay, Andrew, you've been sitting on this for maybe about an hour now. Tell me.
It's just the fact that the chip would have came out his head because it was opened, and you seen the chip hanging out. So the chip would have fell out the skull and created a fucking T-1000.
Like the final percent they needed.
That was all that was missing for the fucking liquid metal, was the chip.
Aye.
So it turned them into a fucking T-1000.
See, I would have thought... Like, it was just a case that they had to drop a chip into the puddle and then they would get their Terminator.
Well,
Like, I would have thought if there was something like, if they had like a control, like a console where they put the chip in and then do all that to make what they need. Because
the Terminator would have a chip in
inside,
it. Inside
it.
Terminator. That would be able to move it around.
Mm.
Kind of thing.
Aye, put it to solve its foot so it doesn't get damaged.
Aye, kind of. You would think that.
Aye. Because you would think with a liquid form it would never be able to retain the shape of a chip, like when it's a puddle coming out of a burning vehicle. But maybe I think a little bit too hard. But I can see what you mean there. But I thought the whole reason about like let's fucking remote hack this other Terminator from the beginning by dripping and have a little drip chip into him to turn him back.
It's probably just turning it on.
Exactly, like just
because of the
liquid metal
destroyed its
repair.
fuel cell. Nuke.
Aye, right enough. Don't shoot him in the tummy.
Don't shoot him in the belly button. That's when his nuclear fucking off switches.
Then we're all fucked. Well, apart from Connor, she's fucking sniping away in the field. Would have killed the punks though. Let's see. So that's you do find that being a little bit bullshit. Just seeing Liquid Terminator Guardian like that. That's
Makes
completely
sense.
plausible. What do you think of when you seen Liquid Terminator Arnie? Did you ever want to see see Arnie as a Liquid Terminator?
That means he's been all three of the fucking generations.
Aye, I'd get it. That's one that's like I do like him being a Liquid Terminator.
Why?
And again, it must just be personal preference.
You
Of
just prefer him to be the underdog.
like he like I was going to well that's it. Is he the same level? Like I guess he's had an upgrade. He's no longer obsolete. Is that the next thing? But
it's basically an iPhone fucking 4S with iOS 9 in it.
Cut to let's see. Then we'll do some more future shit. Like let's introduce Kyle from the future to like child Kyle. Like just because
they hate to tell him the fucking Genisys is Skynet.
Aye, then said right, say that in a mirror for every day for fucking forever. It's like, and if you keep doing that, because
you'll turn
like,
into me 50 times.
It's the fact that like Sarah Connor's like the fucking middleman to begin with. She comes over and says, "I've got someone that really wants to talk to you," and then she leaves. He comes over and he's like, "I like her," and it's like, "Don't worry, in about 10 years you'll get to bang her in a motel if you're lucky." It's like, okay, I've listened, tell me what I've got to do. Genisys is Skynet, I would never forget that.
Never forget to do 15 sit-ups a day.
I just imagine the kids just masturbating in his room saying, Genisys is Skynet, Genisys is Skynet, Genisys is Skynet.
That'd be the worst flashback ever, eh?
Aye.
Flashing back to a
like,
fucking Bairn Wang.
It just come back, it's like, did you just see your past? We didn't need to talk about it though. Like, what's going on? Has the past changed? Like,
look,
no,
all you need to get is Genisys is
it's
Skynet.
It's like, okay,
But what happened?
how did you manage to remember that? It's like, well, and there's a big muscle arm. Like, it's just natural.
I'm watching fucking Lady in the Water and it just came with me.
They remind us the future is not set,
Yes.
just so they could shoehorn more sequels, just in case. Like, if they are going to put more sequels in, that means they're going to have to mess with the timeline again, and it's going to get a little bit more confusing.
Was there no anything at the end? I didn't leave
That left it open. Yes, there is a stinger clip. Skynet survives. It seems to be in the form of a giant red AI ball, a la like Avengers: Age of Ultron, how it had Jarvis and Ultron as two big glowing orbs. Skynet's just a big red glowing orb that just seems to be still alive.
I thought he was going like Matt Smith had just like.
Well, that's it. It just seemed like, and I think it had.
Just turn around and smile.
I'm trying to think if it was the voice of. There was something like his image is projected towards the end, and it just cuts. But Terminator Genisys. That's it.
Right.
Any points that we've no missed? Talked about it all?
We talked about anything you fucking know.
Anything annoyed you?
Well, obviously, if the trailer never showed the chunk of the thing, I think I probably would have been a bit more like mind blown.
Surprised.
But I still quite enjoyed it better than the third one and better than Salvation. I thought Salvation was alright, but it wasn't as good as what I thought it was going to be. And the third one was just Awful.
Right, Andy, you got any other final thoughts?
I don't think so. Just the thing is just how amazing the fucking CGI was.
Aye, I thought that quite early on, like, just with the introduction. I like with Terminator, just, like, the fact that technology is that advanced now, they could get away with so much more, and...
There was a bit of that one bit that I thought, oh, maybe I just kind of looked back at the right time, but like the first time it became liquid and he was coming out the mirror, I thought it was the silhouette of the fucking Terminator 2.
When he come at the grind.
Was it when he came at the grind?
No, in Terminator 2 he came out the ground, but in this one he was like hiding in the mirror in the shop.
Aye, but no, it was like when he came at the mirror, it was kind of like the silhouette of the guy face
Robert
Terminator.
Patrick. Aye.
I think it was maybe just a look back at it, because it was like he did the hair first. There was
Aye.
no fringe to him, it was just like his hair.
Mm-hmm.
And the sitting in, but that was all.
Like, they could have easily done that, because like hardcore Terminator fans are going to find like so many fucking references. Like, we've found fucking thousands of them, well, 10 of them, going through this film anyway. Thousands.
I think it would have been good to
10.
have like a cameo with Robert Patrick in it.
Well, that's it. Like, I think they asked for him originally to come back, be the Liquid Terminator, but he thought, like, nah, like, I was in my prime for like Terminator 2. I don't want them to look back at me and go, "Oh, Liquid's got a bit chubby." like he'd look at, like, how can you just like get rid of those wrinkles?
Fuck as well, eh?
Aye, and that's it. He says he's had a hip injury, so he walks with a limp now. Like, he's not going to look as impressive as he did. Like, they're going to have stunt doubles running for him or something. Like, it's just like trivia notes. Like, they may as well have just painted like a green face on an athlete and then just scanned, copy and pasted his face onto that guy's body, because. That's it. I'll slide into the trivia here and talk about the young body of Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yes.
Because obviously, in the opening of the film, that wasn't the irony.
No.
The body of the young Arnold Schwarzenegger in the film was provided by an actor/bodybuilder called Brett Azar. Azar won the role following an open casting call looking for the person who could match closest to Schwarzenegger's physique in the first film. Azar never thought of the idea of being in the film until he was pursued by his manager to audition. According to Azar, aside from being judged to have the closest physical physique, that was the first round of the audition involved body and muscle tone measurements. It was his audition video of him reenacting the Terminator's arrival at the Griffith Observatory, where he had to do a perfect lip sync of the lines, "Your clothes, give them to me now," to the three punks. So that was part of the audition, which folk that looked like him, and then they had to repeat that opening scene of the film. They said he said it perfectly. So all they had to do was have his face replaced with Schwarzenegger's in post-production. Schwarzenegger was Azar's bodybuilding idol. Like, I guess every bodybuilding idol.
To be Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Either that or Lou Ferrigno if they didn't want to try that hard.
Well, that's the Paralympic fucking bodybuilders.
Aye, that's fucking pumping iron right there.
For the deaf cunts want to be Lou Ferrigno.
Arnold gifted him with cigars and several bodybuilding magazines after his first day of shooting. That's not really like, yay, bodybuilding magazines.
Cancer.
Like, I was really wanting to have a look up about working out. Cigars.
Oh. That was just like Arnold telling him secretly that he had cancer.
Right, like...
Yeah, this will soften the blow. You know your hero died of cancer.
Let's see. Arnold Schwarzenegger worked out for 6 months, about 3 hours a day before shooting started. By the time he had the exact same body weight and muscle measurement he had 12 years previously while shooting Terminator 3. It was rumoured that this will be the last Arnold Schwarzenegger will play in the Terminator franchise, and his son Patrick Schwarzenegger will take over future roles.
His lordy does look almost identical to him.
Does he?
When they can muscular. No.
His son's probably have to get put through the fucking works to come out.
But like his face, it looks near enough identical to him.
It's either that or they'll have to get Brett Azar with a fucking green ski mask on. Let's see. Costume designer Susan Matheson encountered trouble looking for the brand new Nike Vandal shoes that Kyle Reese wore in the 1984 sequence. Her search online and other various avenues mostly had second-hand and worn-out Vandals for sale. For months, she approached Nike and with the request that they manufacture more of the specific model of shoe. Nike wanted her to design a ID with an Air Force base, like the fucking air pockets in the shoes. They wanted to have like a more up-to-date Nike Vandal. Matheson refused this because, being a person of knowledge of sneakers, she did not want to feel guilty of cheating the audience, especially the eagle-eye fans of the first film who could spot a difference between the two bases. It was only after an intervention by Paramount that Nike agreed to shut down the production and manufacture 25 pairs of Vandals solely for this film. It was what called
25 pairs.
Let's see, how much screen time did they have?
Just to fill the basket.
Like that, just display in the shop. Not post-production, just you could edit Arnie's face onto a guy's body. You can't make 20 pairs of shoes. Let's see, Marston said this was her greatest personal achievement in film, of managed to get Nike to recreate the shoes from the 1984 film.
Right.
Let's see, throughout the film, John Connor bears a scar on the left side of his face. Not only is this synonymous with his portrayal of future John Connor in all Terminator films, it is also shown in Terminator Salvation and how he receives these battle scars. He is scratched across the face by a red-hot T-800 in the final battle. Red hot!
Damn, that fucking robot's muscular. But that's the thing, no at the start of the fucking Terminator 2.
Yep.
When he's looking through the binocular.
Aye, but that's not the end of the war, he's still fighting.
Aye.
But at Salvation, that was the end because they destroy Skynet.
Well, at that point he was still low in rank. He wasn't the colonel.
Yeah, but the war's over, he just fucking destroyed Skynet.
But they never knew that in 1991 when they were making Terminator 2.
Aye, but whoever directed fucking Salvation Boat didn't care either.
Who's that, Big G?
Mick G, the fucking director of Charlie's Angels 1 and 2.
Exactly, he doesn't give a fuck.
Let's see. Despite being considered a reboot that defuncts the existence of Terminator 3 Rise of the Machines and Terminator Salvation, the final film resembles the plot that was proposed in the original sequel to Terminator Salvation, with the exception that Judgment Day was reverted back to 1997 as opposed to 2004. So this is what they're predicting in Salvation. Mm-hmm. James Cameron gave advice to the producers, David Ellison and David Goldberg, on how they could use a 67-year-old Arnold Schwarzenegger in the film, by saying that he is a living tissue that has grown on the Terminator and given them their human forms.
Them jumping forward and then having fucking aging.
Aye, and it's not synthetic skin, it's organic. Therefore he can age, and the Terminator could have been sent through time, missed his target and end up living in society due to his brain. Makes him sound like a gentle George. Which his neuron processor, a learning computer, he could actually become more human and went along without getting discovered, getting laid off like all the else. Alright, box office and budget. How much do you think it costs to make a film like Terminator Genisys?
200. Michael?
Probably about 200 million.
The whole point is these have different guesses, I think.
Right. Just say something else that isn't 200.
Both of you are wrong. 155 million.
Fuck off.
The man's
How much did it cost to make the fourth thing?
That was 200.
Exactly.
The third was 200. I guess they fired Mick G from Salvation and thought, right, maybe we just need to pull the reins and let's not get carried away with it.
Yeah.
And I guess Arnie's like, alright, I'll no be a Tuesday, I'll no get 24-hour limo service this year. Worldwide, how much money do you think it made?
It made about 500 million.
Andy?
I'll go 650.
$440 million. the painful bit, it only made 8 to 9 million domestically. And that's why they're so against these franchises, like 155 million to make, 8 to 9 at the box office. But it's the foreign market, like 350 million across the seas.
That makes sense.
Like the foreign of there's a lot more, but like that was the whole thing about like China just fucking loves this shit. Like
Yeah.
Terminators, I guess Marvel movies. Like they're just needing more Koreans in their films. Awards. It has only had one set of nominations so far.
Aye.
At the Teen Choice Awards.
Oh no, best OAP.
Let's see. It was nominated for 2 Choice Summer Movie and Choice Summer Movie Star Female. So Emilia Clarke
Loser.
was nominated. She lost to Paper Towns actress Cara Delevingne.
Oh, the lesbian model.
The lesbian model. And Choice Summer Movie, again, Paper Towns. Because of lesbian model.
Film looks shite, eh?
I've not got a clue what it's about. I've just seen there's 2 teenagers on the fucking poster and I thought, nah. Internet's reaction. IMDb rated it 6.7 out of 10 based on 119,000 votes. Rotten Tomatoes. Let's take a guess. How much percentage out of 100?
I could probably go like a 62%.
Andy?
59.
26.
Oh my
Got
god.
fucked. Bent over and
Bastards.
fucked.
Wonder
Like-
what fucking... Surely fucking like Salvation got lower than that.
No, I got a wee bit higher. Let's see. It has been a steady progression because the original Terminator started at 100% fresh, and it's just been on a down scale since then. Every film getting worse. I don't know. Like honestly, the films aren't getting worse, but I think people are just getting tired of them coming out. Like the folk that's having to write about them seems to be the folk that don't want to see them. That percentage is based on 56 positive reviews to 154 negative. What about the audience? Were they a little bit kinder on this?
I would say so. Last 20, I would say maybe 44.
No idea.
A number
between
between 1 and 100.
33?
60%. They were a little bit more forgiving. Okay, I'll get some rotten quotes. What are you laughing for?
I just imagine seeing a number between 1 and 100. Pass.
I would like cut to like a shot of the movie Inside Out, and there's 5 people in his head arguing like, choose a number. I don't know. Hit pass. Okay, rotten quotes. This film was reviewed by International Business Times.
Why?
I don't know. It says, in robot terms, if the original movie is near indestructible robot killing machine, Terminator Genisys is just one of those backflipping toy dogs you find in a worn out and ragged basement one day.
How?
Like, if the original movie is an indestructible killing machine, now it's the equivalent of a backflipping toy dog.
Well,
That's how good it was.
the
The young folks say you're left with a sour metallic taste in your mouth and a longing to re-watch the first 2 films, in brackets, maybe even the third one, trying to forget about this one's existence.
That's harsh.
So folk are in the shower scrubbing themselves,
That
thinking
guy
about
was
the
too
first
busy
3.
sucking dick and not watching the film enough. That's why he's got the metallic taste in his mouth.
Did the guy have piercings?
Force fed a dildo there.
Alright, another quote from my new favourite site, theshiznit.co.uk. Terminator Genisys is literally a movie that devotes more time to explain how characters source their pants than it does explaining their goals. Okay, it is now time for the 5-finger film punch. How many fingers do you give to Terminator Genisys?
Michael,
Out of 5,
it's
how
one
many
between
fingers?
1 and 5.
You got the choice.
3.5.
3.5.
Aye, because he's only got half a pinky.
So that's more than a one-watch wonder. You might buy it. Andy?
Yeah, 4.
Yeah, I would get a solid 4 out of 5. I've watched it. I would probably buy it again now.
Buy it again.
Buy it and watch it again. Overall, if somebody's it's inevitable. Go in Sainsbury's. There is a Terminator box set. All 5 movies in one case.
Yeah.
Do you buy all 5, or do you just buy the ones you like individually?
Well, I'm a fucking snob for that kind of shit, so I'd buy all 5. I would buy.
I'd
the
probably
box
buy
set.
all 5 because as much as I hated Die Hard 5, my Die Hard box set is what the fifth one is.
Mm.
Purely because the first one are good.
Now, what happens when the fucking Die Hard prequel comes out? Do you double down again and buy another box set to replace the previous box set?
Yeah, fuck, but
Just-
Bruce Willis isn't going to be in that.
Yes, he's just going to play the young version of himself. It's just going to be.
Joseph Gordon-Levitt to play
I'll probably shell it for a box set as well, because the thing is, through watching all these movies, they're not bad. They're not really bad
they're
films.
not awful,
Like 3 and 4, okay, let's do it this way. Rank them in order.
Right. Let the guys do it first.
Mikey, put the best one first and the worst one last. So tell us the best one first.
I'd probably say the first one is the best, but ever so slightly, just purely because it was.
So you're saying Terminator 1,
Aye.
follow that up with T2,
T2,
then
probably Genisys,
right,
then Salvation, then 3.
aye.
I thought
I
3
didn't
was
just say
fucking
it. I think
dog
you
shit.
said the same
Identical.
as me.
Well, I would have thought you would have went T2 over T1, but
No, for watching it again, it made me appreciate
it's a
it.
tighter film. Like all the stuff that going on,
Aye,
and,
it's more in, like,
they-
more darker and more in, like.
and you notice they pull so much more from the first film than they do the second film. Like if anything, for the second film, it's more purely like costume, like Fox walking about in leather jackets and riding on motorbikes, but just so much context of the first film. Like that is easily my favourite of the franchise.
Yeah.
And again, it probably does follow in the same marching order. Like, because Genisys is a lot better than I imagined it would be. Like, I quite a lot of people I know that just think it's utter pish, but I'm nostalgic of the first ones, maybe. That's maybe why I like it a lot more.
Yeah.
Like, watching it originally, when it came out, I thought, that's alright. Watching these movies, then watching it, that film was about 10 times better than if you're going in blind. So, do you want us to wrap up the podcast, or do you want to do a little bit more talk on Terminator?
You got anything to say about
What
any
about
of the other 4 since you weren't there?
I'll do it for the second one.
Okay.
Definitely.
what about favourite John Connor out of the series? Let's see. We've had Edward Furlong, we've had Nick Stahl, we've had Christian Bale and Jason Clarke.
Second one.
Nick Stahl, guy from Terminator 3.
Terminator 2.
Oh, Edward.
The second one.
Aye. Prefer him as a bossy little lesbian.
Yeah.
Probably the second one as well.
I was going to say, I kind of like the Christian Bale one, just of the intensity,
He
but
was too much of a fucking asshole.
I know, but like that's the.
What are you?
Oh, good for you! Shot's ruined. Like I would
I
have
wasn't really sold on the guy for the third then.
Nick Stahl, the guy that's sitting like
The guy
taking
that
dog
fucking
meds.
He was a pedo
chemically
in Sin
near
City.
himself.
He was a pedo in Sin City mind as well.
Was he?
There was a pedo in Sin City. I thought that was
The
fucking-
yellow bastard.
Oh, right, that's maybe why you never recognised him. Okay, best Sarah Connor? I guess there's only really the two.
5.
Linda Hamilton.
He said a lot better look at it.
I would probably. It was always going to be Linda Hamilton though.
See, I appreciate Linda Hamilton more for like she's in the first two, and she is like the transformation of her being that fucking ditzy lassie in the diner to being basically She-Hulk in the sequel. Like, yes, that would probably be her, but Amelia Clarke is a wee bit. I'll just sit and watch this movie again.
That's me worth watching the fucking. That silhouette.
Boing.
Really?
I'll
What
still
fucking
get
age are
smoked
you?
sausage coming out
Woof
again.
and boing.
Aye.
Just save yourself the wonder and just watch Game of Thrones and you see the whole thing.
And that's it, like, you don't deprive yourself by going, fuck it.
I
Like,
wonder what that silhouette looks like in real life.
aye. With scraggly blonde hair.
Watch the second
And
episode.
dragons.
so fucking young in that. I've not seen it, but I've seen like clips and shit.
Yeah, I've not seen the game from, I have seen her naked.
And she does look young as fuck.
Aye,
And
where
it
she mounts
goes-
Conan the Barbarian.
She gets fucking raped. I can't wait.
Of course, he fucking put
proper.
dragons in her. How fucking
off.
metal is that?
She didn't get
I
busted.
know! Let go! It's
Ah!
alright!
Ah!
It's alright!
You fucking,
Don't be so factual!
You fucking anger me sometimes.
I know, settle. Okay, let's see. Favourite Terminator villain?
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Easily.
For the first one.
Easily.
What do you mean? You don't mean the fucking Christina Anna fucking Loken for the third one?
Yeah, what was it?
One
TX?
with fucking blow up tits.
Aye,
Like,
she was called a TX.
I
or
like your
something, innit?
gun.
I like a gun.
I like your car.
I think she done it after that, didn't she?
No. She's left that cardboard
She's still
box
living
and
off of that. Okay, and next time on Films and Swear Movie Podcast, back to connecting these films. Connection for next week's podcast is Whiplash. Connection being
J.K. Simmons.
Alright.
Yep.
Drunken bastard.
Yeah, he's forgetting all about all the fucking Terminators. He's giving that shit up, and he's getting really into fucking drumming or his tempo. You better not get it
I
wrong.
thought he was quite good in Oz prison program. He played like one of the sort of like.
Rapists.
Aye.
Okay, I thought you were going to say J. Jonah Jameson from Spider-Man. It's like, no, the guy that's raping boys in that TV show.
Aye, he was a fuck. I reckon.
There's no like a guy in a wheelchair.
I can't mind. I meant I used to watch it.
The easiest
I
one
used
to
to
rape.
watch it on
Just tip
Channel
him out his
4. I used to
chair.
go on like Channel 4 at like fucking 1, 2 in the morning years ago.
I'm sure that's how he got in the wheelchair.
Between episodes of The Sopranos. Right, reviews. Go to filmswearing.com to see our review of Pay the Ghost, starring Nicolas Cage.
Or didn't he? Save yourself the humility.
You see it like
No.
I think it stars him and maybe Laurie from The Walking Dead,
who's Laurie?
like Rick's
Oh,
wife.
Oh, the annoying bitch.
The one that, like, baby and died.
Aye.
Oh, I'm with Prison Break.
Aye.
Doctor.
Oh, that annoying bitch.
Connect with us socially. Go to filmswearing.com and find links to our Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Yeah.
And coming to you soon, Tinder.
Fuck you. It's just already on Grindr.
Is that you want to hook up and say, no, do you want to listen to my podcast? No.
I'll come to your house and we can listen to fucking Films and Swearing.
We're going to spoon together on the couch.
Wales, you fucking right asshole.
We've got Google ads and Amazon ads. Just click on them on the website. Make us money. Keep us going.
Give us more.
That's it. I've been your host for Terminator Season. I'm Stuart Sallin. Joining me today has been Big Mike.
Aye.
Say thank you to the people for listening to you.
Thank you.
Or you can thank us for letting you in your house.
Thank us.
Aye, using my
Thanks for coming to see me.
using my hospitality.
Aye. Thank you for
Take your
leaving.
money and leave, bitches.
Thank you for leaving the telly on so you could watch football whilst in the podcast.
Definitely check my accumulator scene that I'm losing money fucking drastically.
So that's why you got really bitchy halfway through the podcast.
Went silent.
So that's it, Andy. Finish the podcast.
Fuck off and tune in next week.
We're going to talk about drumming.
Yeah, hardcore butt testicles on drums. Better not touch my drum set.
That the